Environmentalists and the government are again at loggerheads over Tasmania's forest peace deal. Industry has been given the go-ahead to continue logging in a contentious area that was originally set aside for protection. While the government argues it's essential, conservationists say it raises serious doubts about the future of the peace deal. All this on the eve of a visit to Tasmania by the Prime Minister. Anna Yard reports.
It's an agreement within an agreement, and just like the first, it's far from achieving peace.
What this conservation agreement represents is a failure of the intergovernmental agreement at its first hurdle.
This is the equivalent of thousands of Melbourne cricket grounds being fed to the chainsaws.
The original peace deal aimed to lock up about 430,000 hectares of native forest. After seeking independent advice, the state and federal governments have now agreed to legally protect almost all of it. But there's about 2,000 hectares that have been taken off the list so they can be logged by Forestry Tasmania.
Those coops are required to keep the industry operating in line with the spirit of the agreement itself.
The Minister insists it's less than 1% of what was originally promised. The Greens say it's another 43 high conservation coops.
It's just what the government said with the Franklin Dam. They only wanted to destroy 1% of the region. But of course you keep killing the heart.
Under the peace deal, the governments had the option to compensate industry instead of allowing logging, but they chose not to.
We will not accept the principle of money in lieu of our contracted wood supply entitlements.
Environmentalists are seeking an urgent meeting with the Prime Minister when she arrives in Tasmania tomorrow. The acting Premier was tight-lipped about his appointment with Julia Gillard.
Well, I'm not going to foreshadow any of the discussions I'm having.
Well, I haven't had an invite.
The relationship between Julia Gillard and the Greens leader doesn't look like it'll be improving anytime soon. Anna Yard, ABC News.